How are you feeling after the signing today?
Great. Great. It's an exciting day for us. And, Devon has been, as you guys all know, tremendous in his college career. And he'll go down as one of the all-time great goaltenders. And we're just excited to get him on board.
What was it like approaching this process? The season ends, the difficult way for it to finish. Did you want to give him time? How did you approach it once it was finally over for Northeastern?
Well, I actually watched the end of his game. I got back to my house after our game and was able to catch the end of it. And obviously, tough for him to have it end the way it did. But if I think on the process, it really started 2 years ago when we traded for him, and just building the relationship and helping him understand what we're all about here in Buffalo and what we're looking to accomplish. And I want to give our development staff, Adam Marin, Seamus Kodak, and the rest of the guys a lot of credit. They spent a lot of time with him in coming to games. I was at games myself. I know Jason Kermanos was at games. So just letting him know throughout these couple of years that we believe in him, we're going to support him. So as we got into after a season end, certainly want to be respectful, give him a little bit of time, but came together quickly. We got on the phone and did a Zoom with him and his family and his agents and a number of us from our organization, and just talked about, again, where we're at as an organization philosophically, what we're doing here, the vision, how he's fits into all this. And obviously he liked what he heard, and then we went from there. And Devon's very thoughtful and very he's not an emotional guy. He takes things to heart and he thinks about it. So it took a few days to kind of go through the process, but obviously we got to where we got to today, so it's great news.
Was there a measure of trepidation on your part? Because, as you said, he is a thoughtful guy. He's a smart guy. He knows what could be potentially out there. Was there any worry on your part that this day might be a little harder to get to or not arrive?
Well, I guess, I don't know if worry is the right word. You never feel overly comfortable until the contracts are signed, whether it's today with Devon or in a number of examples that I've had in my time as general manager. But at the end of the day, what you do fall back to is the trust in the relationship that we built, the honesty that we built. That's my style. I like to get to know our players, our prospects, just to let them know that we're going to have a relationship. He and I are going to have a relationship. He's going to have a relationship with Donnie and the coaching staff. And so as you go into it, you've already built that foundation. So I think for me, just to be able to kind of pick that back up and really help him understand how he fits and what we see in him helps. So you're never totally comfortable till the sign, but certainly excited to get him on board.
Was the week he spent in Buffalo at development camp an important part of that?
Huge part of it. I think from my perspective, just anytime you get young players together and they feel what it's like to be around each other, but then also the staff, whether that's the development staff, Rochester staff, the NHL coaching staff, the equipment managers, the trainers, nutritionists. Everybody's there, and it just gives them a feel. And I know there was a big takeaway from Devon, like this feels like something I want to be part of and something special. So I do believe that was important, and as you know, that was his first one because the year before, when there was a lot with COVID, and we had traded for him. So I do think that was a important part in all this.
With where you guys are at in the standings and only so many games left, how are you going to approach it with Devon on the roster the next few weeks here?
Well, it was, for us, we thought it was really important to have Devon integrate right away into our team. I want to make sure that we get him comfortable. We get him, obviously he's going to go through the immigration, and once he gets there, then, get into practice, start to feel part of the team and with the guys. I think it's really important, the mentorship that someone like Craig Anderson can have in a really short time. I thought that was really important, just to start Devon off on the right foot, and then we'll go from there. We'll kind of take it day by day, But we just thought for his development, where we are right now, this was a critical time for him to learn and grow with us, and that's why he's coming right in.
Remember last year you said Devon wanted to go back to Northeastern to feel the pressure of living up to that success. One, the fact that he made that decision, and two, the way he felt that. What does it say about him?
Well, I think there's a maturity that I was kind of speaking to earlier that Devon has that's very rare with young players. He's very self-aware, he's very motivated, he's very curious, and he's passionate about the game. Those are all the things that we look for in players. And Devon's comment to me about, hey, I want to feel what it's like to have weight and expectations on my shoulders to go back as the top goaltender in college hockey. I thought it was impressive, and to have that and then perform the way he did. I'm not surprised because he's an extremely talented goaltender, but I just think it says a lot about him, and he is very process oriented. He's the way he prepares himself, the way he practices, the way he puts the work in, and that's what we're about here. So it's a good match.
So the calendar kind of becomes an issue here. If you want to get him in games at the NHL level, do you envision that being able to do that, or more that he gets games gets to practice up here and then plays in the American League?
No, he's here. He's with us for the remainder of the season, and we'll go day by day. It's something Donnie and I have talked about. We first got to get him up to speed, get him around the guys, get him comfortable. I mean, you always want to set, whether it's a goaltender that's young coming in, a defenseman forward, you want to set players up for success. You want to put them in a situation that you believe they can thrive. So we're open to it, and we'll go day by day. And once we feel that he's comfortable and where he needs to be, then we'll see where we're at.